And here we are. We're at Camden Yards. This is awesome.
Now batting. What happened to the echo? You shut off the fucking echo. I was going to do the Manny Mota.
Here you go. He got it.
Now batting, Manny Mota.
That's awesome. We'd like to thank all the rioters for giving us this stadium all to ourselves. Welcome to Camden Yards.
Hey! Go team!
Holy shit, boys.
Yeah! Let's do the wave. Yeah! Yeah! Fucking A! One more time. Give me a beer. Yeah! Fucking A! Yeah, boy!
Peanuts, yeah.
We need a pitcher, not a belly itcher! Yeah!
What a shot.
Woo! Yeah!
Hello and welcome, everyone.
Oh, you can turn down the echo now.
Yeah, the echo's gone.
Oh, okay.
To the Joe Cumia Show, Guilty by Association. In studio, Fred Brooklyn. Fred from Brooklyn, my pal.
I gotta tell you, after Ian Anderson, your guests have definitely risen. I gotta tell you.
I know.
Wait till they see what's next. Wait till they see what's next, Joe.
You know who's next.
I know we're climbing the ladder, my man. We're climbing the ladder.
He's standing by on Skype.
Who? Please don't hold them in suspense any longer.
First, I'd like to introduce my executive producer over here, Joe Pietaro.
Yellow, what's up, everybody?
What a list.
I'm telling you, it's
Holy
star-studded today. And on Skype, we have, yes, Dennis Mother Farrell.
What a night.
I'm telling you, I'm psyched and pumped for this show.
You have invited me to the Night of Stars, sir, and I thank you.
So much. So much has been happening in the past week that I felt I had to have my pals around me to discuss it all, because I'd never be able to, I couldn't bounce as much as I want to off of one person, Mr. Joe Pietaro.
Are the mics loud enough at this distance? Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's good. I think
All
so.
right. I feel like I'm yelling.
Now, you don't have to. Actually, I could turn the gain up. If I turn the gain up, we can actually be...
Turn the gain up, you know why? Because Dennis is loud and you guys are...
How's that?
There you go.
I have to wait.
Mic check.
That's
One,
the way-
two.
Check,
One,
check. 1, 2.
So you see the LED right up there? Hey.
Hey, look at that
If you
LED
hit-
over there.
There you go. If you're hitting right around there, that's good.
What the hell of an LED you got?
I'm on mic 1. It's a lot of fun. Mic 1.
Check one.
So
Isn't this a lot
Dennis,
of fun?
what have you been doing since you've last been with us?
What have I been doing since I've last been? When was I last with you?
I don't
I think it was.
or remember.
I think it was when I stormed out of the Borgata when we were in Atlantic City. That was the last time all three of us were hanging.
No,
anyway.
I think there's been a poker game since then.
Was there?
Well, me and Joe went down to the Borgata and played in the Spring Open.
We did.
And how did you do, Dennis?
We did.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it was me, Frank Kalshark, and Joe C. there.
We can't get him here. We can't get Frank Kalchuk here.
He's probably sleeping now. He gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
He's walking. He's had it. He's storming out of this interview like.
All right.
But
You drive a
you know,
long
Robert
way.
Downey
last-
Jr.
I drove a long way.
in the last longest bet, I would have lost, believe it or not, and came in last.
I know.
Card
It was a
dead.
seniors event, which is kind of neat because we ended up with hanging out with James Woods, which was kind of cool having him at the table.
Didn't you once tell him he looks like an old James Woods?
I did. He said I had no idea if it was him or not. So I said, "Damn!" I go, did anyone ever tell you look like an older version of the actor James Woods?
That's not too embarrassing.
And he said, and his answer was, "I am an older version of the actor James Woods." Precisely what he told me.
It's like playing across from Lemmy and saying, you know, that thing on your face, that looks like Lemmy's.
I had a guitar player do that once. No, Lemmy Kilmeister. He said to Lemmy, he goes, and he was shit faced. It was my old guitarist Rex in Rocket. And he goes, hey Lemmy, we were all hanging out. To set up the scene, we were in a dressing room at some fucking club in the city. We were closing for Motorhead.
Yeah.
We were closing for Motorhead. And my guitar player walks up to him, shit-faced, trying to go shot for shot with Lemmy. And he goes, hey, Lemmy, what are those fucking Cocoa Puffs all over your face?
Oh, my God.
He actually said it.
Did he club him with a Jack Daniels bottle?
I could have easily, quite easily. It was one of those situations where we closed for the big band. So there were like, several thousand people that we were psyched. It was a premiere of The Young Ones. Do you remember that show, The Young Ones?
No.
Yeah,
And
MTV.
Lemmy and Motorhead were on the making their debut on the show.
They did Ace of Spades. I remember it. They did Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades. Yeah, I remember. I remember it well. And we had thousands. There were like 2,000 people in this club. Lemmy finished playing with two. He was with two roadies. It wasn't even all the rest of Motorhead. And me and Anthony were pumped. We were psyched. It was Rotgut, so we were psyched to get on for a fucking for a Motorhead crowd. They were pumped. It was great. It was awesome. Fucking 8 people when we walked out of the room. 8 people. We walked out of the dressing room. I was like,
That's well, there should have been.
Were they cheering?
no, they were sweeping up, pouring drinks, and giving a blowjob. Actually, one of them it was a hooker. Get it? Never mind.
Well, listen, doesn't mean she could have been a nice gal. She was just in the mood to suck a cock.
It was it was an experience. We had fun. So you just came from Anthony's show. You were at the house.
Yeah, I figured I gotta stop at least halfway
There you go.
on this journey
And
for 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, to see Ant's show because Colin Flaherty was on, and I love Colin Flaherty. And for the second reason, to finally convince Dennis that I can't make the ride in one shot. I need to stop at least halfway due to my eyesight, my diabetes, and various other problems. So now I made that perfectly clear, and
Whatever, Dave
Here I am.
Bonner. Whatever.
with you fine people.
I just changed settings on the mic. I
I'd
don't
rather
know
hear a good poker story from Dennis while I switch to my bad boy vape.
We'll be talking about that tonight too, as well, folks. We'll be talking about the vape, the vaporizer. The
Well, anyway, Fred,
vaporizer.
After we got knocked out, we all got knocked out. It was a little bit better trip for Joe because instead of him going to a blackjack table and a poker table, losing in about 15 minutes and not even checking into his room, just running out of the place in pure anger, Joe actually, he took a hit at the 2-5 table, but was very successful over at the blackjack table. So he was able to stay for the entire weekend.
It was awesome. Actually, blackjack was very good to me, which is not always the case.
No.
Not always the case, as Fred knows, because Fred is definitely a blackjack player.
A little
Well, it
bit.
wasn't good for me either. I put a fucking lousy $180 on a stupid $15 table. I didn't make it through one shoe.
You
That's
had the worst possible. I have never
what the fuck
seen.
was that? What was that?
I've never seen worse luck in a single shoe of blackjack than what Dennis went through. What Dennis had to endure at the hands of a fucking blackjack wizard. She was a wizard.
If I even see Dennis walking in my direction when I'm playing blackjack, I
Wow,
request
that's
the BitBoss
shit I've
to
been
bring
when
a
you
fucking
walk,
closet
right?
for that fucking
I'm
sitting
not
in
mush.
the middle of the fucking Bagada in a fucking outhouse.
Put him in the
You
fucking
mush.
closet.
Yeah.
Put him in the fucking
I'm
closet
mush.
right now. I don't want
Don't look at the dice.
I don't want his eyes to see that face. It was it was very, very late when I sat down and started playing.
Yeah, no, it was you pulled me away from my 1-2 table. It had to be like 3:30 in the morning or some shit. It was late.
It was early, late or early, but it was it was fun. It was fun for me because I had several very big hands, very big hands.
And they all went your way. the
Yeah.
big hands went your way. That's how you win. So what it comes down to.
And it was very few big hands, and then I got the fuck up, and I went back to the room and went to sleep.
Which is another key ingredient to winning is being able to walk away at some point. Because eventually, we all know how it's going to end.
That's right. Well, it was a successful trip to Atlantic City. We're hoping to do it again soon, relatively soon, right?
I got that room, so.
I'm so pissed off. And they never fucking answered me back.
Room for my 1-2 play, and you can't get a room.
With fucking blackjack, with crazy
No,
blackjack.
Dennis, what it is we both don't have scheduled jobs. So you book months in advance when the whole fucking screen is open and they haven't even booked an act yet. You're in the fucking hotel.
Stop. Me and Joe both tried to book the same date today. I got it. He didn't. So no, that's not it.
Okay, then in that case, I'm wrong.
It was, you know, the thing about it was, I first of all, the last name. I don't play that card at the casinos. No, I don't. I don't play that card at the casinos. But honestly, if they see the last name Cumia come across, the reservation desk, you would think they would want to take the shot at giving him a comped room because he could be spending, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars at their blackjack table. They don't know that Anthony is, an exclusive Cumia. They have no idea. I could be a fucking. We could have been recipients of a large fucking a sum of money.
Inheritance.
When you made that deal with your brother, that whichever one of you makes it helps out the other.
Right.
You should have put in fine print, Borgata bookings.
Borgata bookings included.
Yes, I mean you didn't ask for a proper rider in this deal.
I want the suites that he gets. I want butler service.
I think it's time to renegotiate with Ant.
I want
I really do.
I want a 19-year-old girlfriend. Oops.
Butler service is fucking the shit.
Not to be an instigator. Not to be an instigator at all, but I do believe your contract requires renegotiating.
It does.
There's a couple of things.
We'll work on it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll work on it. Well, Fred,
You know a Jew lawyer that could help him with that?
I tell you, if my sister was famous, she'd probably not talk to me the way she does now. But that's beside the point. What I'm trying to get at is Dennis tells the most fucking boring poker stories, but we all sit through them.
Oh.
And I think it's fair to let the audience do the same this evening.
Look
To
at
get a
him.
glimpse of...
Look at him.
I mean... He couldn't.
All right, Fred.
He looks like a fucking.
Go.
He looks like a fucking
Go.
bus
Go, Fred.
dispatcher or something.
Is he so good?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, right. Well,
A little bit ahead of that.
is he so good that he couldn't have driven the few miles? I mean, I came from the outer boroughs, Joe.
I know.
Just short of the Verrazano Bridge to be fucking sitting here.
I know where you live.
And you see him sitting on his couch,
I know.
less than a half an hour away.
Douchebag. No, it's not less than half an hour. He lives on the North Shore. It's a pain in the ass to get to his house.
Oh, you
But
don't
I'm-
got to tell me.
eating
Holy
his,
shit.
eating his fucking salad.
I flipped my
I got-
speedometer getting here.
Fucking
I'm
asshole.
sorry, Dennis.
No,
You
you're
know it's
not.
all in love.
No, you're not.
This is the same. You see how offended he is? Same guy that'll call me a fat eight-toed Jew in the drop of a fucking dime. The drop of a fucking dime. All I got to do is tweet something.
No, it's a drop of a penny, you cheap Jew fuck.
Yeah, there you go. See? But then I point out the fact that his poker stories suck in public. And what do I get? What do I get?
I've been
Ridiculed in front of these fine. How many people are there?
I mean, tens of people. I would say it's got to be tens of people.
And they're fine. Every one of them.
You know what though? It's not. That's not the important. The live audience is not the important part. What's important are the views later. And you said that on your podcast as well.
That's right.
I remember hearing that. I listened to. You sent me a link, and I listened to some of your podcasts. And you know what?
So
Fred?
you were the guy that listened to his podcast. Oh, okay. I wanted to
Highly
know.
entertaining.
There
Yes.
was no video back then that I could do from my home of this quality.
Audio podcast, and it was awesome. I dug it, man.
I
thought it was
did
good.
have the camera live on Pal Talk only.
Okay.
Now, I'm in your age range.
Right,
So back in the late 90s, I had no idea how to make a camera work other than my Pal Talk cam, which I had work anyway.
Right.
So, maybe I'll try it again. Actually, I built a studio to try it again, but
I could be of assistance getting you set up. All of this. I started from. And you saw my first. You saw my first podcast. My first. couple of
unfortunately,
podcasts.
yeah,
It did, right? They were
yeah.
before Joe Pietaro became involved, and
It only got worse then.
I put before I put all this shit together, I had the same thing. I had one camera.
Can I just say something?
Absolutely, Fred. Everything.
As a
everything you say-
regular viewer,
everything you say is gold.
I catch what I can live.
Slow
But I
down.
come home exhausted. So when I do get the honor of tuning in live, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, see.
I mean, it's just, it stops, it starts,
like
it
to keep them
restarts,
guessing.
you go live. You don't go live.
All the entertainment's over here. You guys are missing everything.
Oh,
This is the real show right here.
what's going on over there? I'm talking here.
You don't know.
Can you hear it at least?
I like to keep.
You don't know what you're talking about over there.
Talking about starting and stopping. What the fuck is going on now, Frank?
Somebody, I'm not going to mention any names because I
Yeah,
don't know,
it
but
doesn't-
there's
no.
somebody here that asked me a question or tried to point something
It's all
out.
good. Come on, ask
There
a
she
question.
is.
Come on.
I don't.
Come on.
Please.
want to know what you're
Ask
talking
it.
about.
If you're going
Ladies
to
and
so
gentlemen.
rudely interrupt,
Ladies
do
and
it in
gentlemen,
public, damn it.
it's Christina Applegate
I'm over there.
Oh!
on my show.
Please, ask your
You
question.
guys are talking about
No,
Atlantic
into the mic.
City.
Into the
You
mic.
guys are talking about
No, you're too
Atlantic
close.
City.
Atlantic
Say
City.
perfect, right there.
Atlantic City.
And when you should be talking about bigger and better places like Las Vegas. Where the
Ah,
action is, babies. You just
Ah,
don't know. You're just
Vegas.
not paying attention.
It's
Vegas,
hard to
baby.
drive to
Just like
Vegas.
Bellagio
Yeah.
Waterfall, Caesar's Palace, all of that.
Yeah, but
are you
it's-
kidding me?
The other one is right down the highway.
That's
yeah, but the
true.
other one is
Over
down
there.
the highway off the sidewalk, a little bit in the slums.
There's
You know-
not
It's
so much
not
about
the same thing.
The one thing I have going for me when I go to Atlantic City,
yes.
is if I
Non-poker player.
fuck up, I can go home.
Non-poker
Well,
player.
Vegas.
One thing I got going
You
for me in
fuck up.
Vegas is when I fuck up, I can go to my mama's house.
There's one thing that turns my stomach, and that's boobs on my back.
I'll tell you one thing, that ain't Christina Applegate.
I put my boob on your back. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry.
I'll tell you that.
I did not mean to put my boob on your back. I'm so sorry.
That's pretty far from fucking Christina Applegate.
Oh, man.
Fucking fall from
That's
all
pretty
right.
fucking
So
tall
what's the
for
subject
Christina
of conversation
Applegate.
here? And can you get a little more?
Why don't you go
entertainment
pull up a
going on?
chair? Why don't you?
Pull up a what?
That's right, Robin. Oh, Jesus H.
All right,
Christ.
I'll remove myself from the.
No, stay a while.
Another shot.
Resume your conversation. I don't know who's going to be watching this.
Pull up a chair.
But I'll bet you one thing. When I showed up, the ratings went up.
I got news for you. There are tens of people watching now,
No
but
shit.
later in the week there will be tens more.
Tens more.
Tens more, at least. I'm hoping to reach.
Wasn't he
100.
the drummer for the Doors or something?
John
I always
Tensport.
wanted to do a Norton live. I never did when I had my podcast.
John Tensmore. Very nice. I think I'm going back to the ballpark. All right, how's
Hey!
what's the score?
Come in for the waves. Come in for the waves.
What's the score?
Yay!
That's a way.
What's the score? Did they actually? They actually did that. They kind of. Hold on, Joe. I'm going to get you in the shot here.
Talking about
Who ended up
Vegas.
winning?
Did they play?
Baltimore won, yes.
Baltimore won.
Baltimore was winning 6-0 in the first inning. They said they should do that more often. Not
that
allow
would've
fans
been,
in.
So I mean, it would have been like the natives would have been restless again.
The manager told him, now
Well,
go out
but
there
what
and hit
was-
that ball like it was a windshield of a police car.
What was funny was there was a bunch of fans right outside the stadium looking in the fence trying to get a view of it. So people were there anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, it really didn't it didn't prevent people from coming. There wasn't 30 or 40,000, but there were
Wow.
still people hanging around.
They actually had an announcer.
Yes, they did a 7th inning stretch. They did all the PA announcements, everything at a normal game, the regulation game. The thing is that they wanted to do it is to make sure that there wasn't anything going on crazy. That the people weren't going to start coming to the stadium when people got let out. I guess they didn't want more cars parked in the street for obvious reasons. So, first time in Major League Baseball history there was a game played in front of no fans.
When are you moving to the B section of Encyclopedia Britannica, Joe? For God's sakes, what's he reading over there, Joe?
Fred, I'm a sports buff. I love sports.
Yeah, he does. He writes a lot of sports.
I know. You know when the show tends to fuck up, like I was talking about earlier, when it goes into little whatever the problem is? There's always a fucking muscle mag tweet going out about the same time. I wonder if that's a coincidence. Oh, there goes
No.
I'm joshing, you know? I'm trying to dig something out of my hairy ass over here. What do I bring to a podcast, I ask you, Joe?
Plenty.
You do. You bring plenty. It's enjoy. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time.
This is what being with the same woman for 30 years. This is what happens. That's what the podcast was for me, if anything, was therapy.
There you go.
I used to just yell into the mic, and I miss it.
It's cathartic.
I don't know about all that, but it was therapeutic.
You get to spew whatever you want to spew.
And
There's
boy, was I
nothing to,
spewing.
I'm telling you, there's nothing to. You see what happens when Skype cuts off. Our levels get louder for some reason. I don't know why.
Exactly.
So
Right
I
now the
should talk
levels are
from,
good.
oh shit, I'll talk from back here then.
No, we're good. We're good.
Oh.
This is fine.
I'll talk
This will
from
be
over
okay.
here.
Actually, we should put up the Skype number right now.
Yeah, let's get
Check this out. Watch
Dennis
how smooth I am here. Watch this. Look.
Let's get some Skype.
There we go. See that? We have a Skype address. It's Joseph Cumia Show. And all you got to do is call it. Call it on your Skype. Until then, what
I got
I'd like
lower
to do-
volumes in my mic though. Into my headphones. Can my headphones be raised?
Yeah, like that.
There you go. What
that?
are you doing?
That's easy, man.
Jeez.
That's easy. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't no thing but chicken wing. Yeah. Now let's see if we. I want to bring up. I want to bring up a video that I was looking at before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
If I don't see you guys, it's been real. No, what are you doing?
That's easy.
I'll see you on Twitter.
That's easy.
At
Ain't
Fred
nothing to
Brooklyn on Twitter.
Ain't no thing but chicken wing.
This is
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
exactly how I think.
Now let's see if we. I want to bring up. See, that's us before.
right.
I want to bring up a video that I was looking at. This is us
Uh-oh.
earlier. Yeah.
If I don't see you guys, it's been real. Why am I on there again?
Watch, it's us
That's
earlier.
I'll see you on Twitter.
That's easy.
At
Ain't
Fred
nothing to
Brooklyn on Twitter.
Ain't no thing but This
chicken
gets
This
very
is
confusing.
This is exactly how I think.
Now let's see if we are. It's going to loop a bunch of times, so I
Oh.
got to get the Joseph Cumia Show out of there. Let's get on YouTube, and there we are. We're back. We're back live. I was confusing the shit out of anyone that was just watching. Only because
too.
I can.
Me too.
I know.
Like I know what the fuck's
I was
going on.
confusing the shit
I'm
out
looking
of
over here.
myself.
I'm looking over there. Like wow.
There we go. Let's see. We're gonna go.
This is where the show is at its best, folks.
Well, I had to get to a shot. Okay, yeah, this is the shot that I was looking for. Ah, yes.
And
This is the mayor of Baltimore.
Would you fuck her?
No.
Why not?
Well, number one, she's black. I'm honest to a fucking
She's not
fault.
bad looking though for a fucking man.
I don't have any fucking desire whatsoever to have sex with a black woman. I'm being honest with you. And then, unless it's Halle Berry and she's not really black, she's Italian.
Would you?
She's Italian. Get it? There we go.
Southern, of course.
All right, here we go. This is the most fucking moronic statement that Stephanie Rawlings Blake has ever uttered.
I
in her,
made it very clear.
just
that
listen.
Hashtag
I,
destroy.
worked with
in
the
case
police
you haven't heard
and
it
instructed
already.
them to do everything that they could to make sure that the protesters were able to exercise their right to free speech.
Okay, wait a second.
It
You're right, Fred.
gave those who wished hard to
Let it
balance
play,
and
Joe.
to keep that balance and to put ourselves in the best position.
Wait.
Gave those who wished to destroy. 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 Gave those who wished to destroy space to do that as well. And we worked very hard.
Oh, you got to take that call.
To keep that balance.
Do I?
No.
Best position
Oh, Dennis, call him back.
Whoops.
You really, after Joe played the same clip about 20 times in a row, for you to pop up, thanks, man.
It was perfect.
What I miss?
You know what I have to do? I got to figure out a way to turn you down. And
Yeah, turn.
I'm sure I can. I'm sure there's a way to do it. See, this is what happens, Fred. We need to call.
Oh, Joe, no need to explain.
Audio says
Seeing it firsthand, I completely understand what's going on around here. Let me tell you, I will continue to sit through the show no matter what happens because I know things are happening. What? I just have no fucking idea.
Things are gonna start happening for me now.
So, Dennis,
Yo.
how are those buses doing?
Oh, the buses where they're running there, Fred. They're running.
That's good, man.
How's the chimneys?
Just chimney, you know.
Chimcherie?
That too.
Oh, there we go.
What?
That's better. Dennis, let me hear you.
All right. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. And us.
Check one,
we
two,
bring the
check
levels
one,
up
two.
on us. Hey, 1, 2. Hey. All right, give me check one more time, Dan.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
We are golden. Beautiful.
All right.
Exactly what we needed to do. Okay, save. That's it. My Skype is now set up. Now we have levels, and Dennis has levels.
How long until everything just shuts the fuck down?
Any minute. Any second now, we shut everything down. Well,
Is that the Whopper? The
Yeah.
Whopper 2000?
what we were talking about was the mayor's fucking moronic statement about having to. Now, what I wanted to get into on the heels of that.
Before you even go,
Yeah.
I'd just like to remind Dennis that he works for a public utility before any of this starts getting talked about.
Trust me, Fred. I know where to
Okay,
draw that line.
me, I don't give a fuck.
Neither do I.
You don't give a fuck. I just like to remind Dennis.
I give less of a fuck.
So
I
if he
give less
wants
of
to
a
stay
fuck
on the
than
call,
you, Fred.
whatever, because I don't hold the fuck back. And I'm just saying,
Okay, no.
not for my safety. I don't give a fuck, Dennis.
Pretty much
You've seen me gamble. I don't give a fuck.
what I really wanted to bring up was the way she handled it, as opposed to the interview they had with Rudolph Giuliani. That, in particular, on Fox News, Sean Hannity, the interview that he did with Rudolph Giuliani last night, on the heels of that statement that stupid ass made, the morning, yesterday morning, after the unbelievable amount of damage and destruction was done a couple of nights ago. Giuliani basically said the cooling down period doesn't work. It never has. It never will. He cited 3 particular riots in New York City that were immediately shut down like that fast, and not by being sensitive to the community, not by giving them time to vent and cool down, but by coming down on them hard with both fucking feet when they're lawless. And that was basically why I was playing that stupid fucking clip. And then the bitch went and lied about it. And we all know about that too, Fred.
It's beyond that. I watch a lot of news and I get news from a lot of sources. I wish it was simple or as simple, as just dissecting it in little pieces and try to explain each little piece and try to come up with why this is the problem, that's the problem, this is the problem, that's the problem. The Democrat Party has been making the black community dependent on them since the mid-'60s. Progressively more dependent, from healthcare to money to food to housing. You name it, they're dependent on the government, Joe.
Of course.
But
That's
it all culminated with the election of a revolutionary president.
yeah. It all came.
No. What he now has under him is a force that the government pays for, houses, stacks in projects in the middle of cities, just waiting. And I fear that we're not going to make it through to 2016 without this country fundamentally transforming. Now, you hear about Baltimore. What Colin Flaherty pointed out today on Anthony's show is it simultaneously happened in 2 other cities, Colorado, and the other one escapes me. But where gangs of youths went crazy, beating people, and this is what their parents have taught them from being dependent and angry for their parents' entire lives, probably into their grandparents' lives. Now, as a Jew, my grandparents were killed. So they could say that they've gone through this, gone through that. I was an orphan at 10. I picked my fucking self up as anybody could. It didn't matter whether I was white or black. I was in an institution. I was sentenced to an institution at 10 as an orphan. The only fucking white kid when I first got there. At 10. In a cottage full of 15-years-olds.
No wonder you smoke so much fucking weed.
Well, that's why I started early. But you know what? The second the woman I love said she was pregnant,
yeah,
everything changed.
Everything changes.
Everything changed.
Well, therein lies the inherent differences between, and I hate to say it, folks, the fucking races. I hate to say it, but for the most part, African American males are not known for being good dads, being good fathers, for trying
even
to
being
change
responsible
things
in their own lives, let alone bring another one.
Yeah, well, that's
what they are doing, and what the whole mantra has been is they get paid less welfare if there's a father there.
Yeah,
that's a fact. Mm-hmm. If it's a single mother, she gets more money, so it's encouraged. And what's happened is an army was built. And when you hear the news saying that the Crips, Bloods, and Nation of Islam are joining together, if they're saying that little bit, whatever is not being allowed to be told is fucking crazy. And it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Civil war happened once in this country. Why is it so impossible to happen again? With this time, the president on the winning side. And that's what I feel.
I think the president was on the winning side last time, too.
That's right. Sure. That's right. And this time the war's a little different. And the president's going to be on the winning side. Just a prediction to you folks at home. Not to let the funny escape or anything, but that's what I think.
That's what I think.
I think that my poker stories are boring. Okay, pontificate.
You think that was boring? I think I just told you something you never thought of before.
I think it was a human experience story.
Hey Joe,
yeah.
You mind if I throw a few things at you?
As long as it doesn't hurt too bad. Okay. Very good, Fred.
I always wanted to do that on camera. I do it around my dinner table all the time.
It's a visual bit.
Yeah, it never worked when I did it on my Audible.
I could see why. Audio podcasting is not...
It didn't work on the video, so, No.
You mind if I throw a beer bottle at the TV that Dennis's face is on?
I don't think a beer bottle could damage that head.
Oh,
that thing. A poker chip can.
Yes, it can. When thrown by a female, no less.
That was goddamn hysterical.
All the little details that are given to you by the news are fed by this president. That's it. So you only get what you're being told. What you're not being told is the real news.
Well, everyone's looking for everyone has the same question. All the people in the hood, all the I like to call them ghettocrats. The ghettocrats. It's the Democrats down in the ghetto.
Okay.
The ones that make things better for the people, or better for the people in the ghetto. They're all asking, how come we're not looking for the why, not the what? In other words, the why these kids, such as Trayvon and Mike Brown, and this latest Freddie Gray, why they end up in police custody and running from the cops, and the reasons for them, and they're trying to justify the fact that they don't. First of all, did you see that fucking lawyer? Did you see the guaranteed costing in the hundreds of dollars? This guy had to be at least $100 to retain. Grant was his name, William Billy Grant. Was that his name?
Something like
fucking
that.
guy. That was all I know is that here's a fucking Negro wearing a leather jacket and he had rings on all of his fingers. And that kind of attorney, I wouldn't consider that to be representation that I would like.
He looked like a mustard brown fucking. What was that attorney that came back to Ant's house? The one that his wife hired.
Barbara.
Dominic Barber. He looked like a mustard yellow Dominic
Barber, absolutely. Well,
I pass a lot of bars.
Yeah, motherfucker.
He was
Orange block.
He was turning things upside down and backwards. It was the most amazing bit of ghetto logic I'd ever heard on Hannity's show.
Is there any way to put us in Camden Yards and Dennis like on the big screen?
Yeah.
Or like right above us?
It's a little bit work now.
Prepare to lose the show.
Oh no!
I'm testing Joe. I'm testing him. Testing his production skills.
Like, the first step would be to get us back to Camden Yards. That was easy.
Yeah!
Now we got to put.
Fucking A!
Now I got to get the local desktop presenter and put that in the shot, which is going to be.
Yeah, like put him up in the left-hand corner or something. He could do the wave.
Yeah! Audio. What we can do is.
Put it in there, buddy! Put it in there! I can say what I want. I'm the only one that's here. You're not here yet. When you get here, we'll do what you want. And you'll be on the billboard. Yeah. Yeah!
Stop presenter and then go like this. Dennis should be showing up.
Hold on. Let me throw something at the pitcher.
Hold on. I have to.
Ow!
Up. Okay.
It's like
Get there. Hang on.
Throw it in there, Joe! Throw it in there! Joe threw a straw! Joe! Hey, Joey!
Oh, fuck you, Fred. Here we go, Fred. Watch this.
Joey!
Dennis on the Jumbotron! Dennis on the Jumbotron!
Oh,
I did it!
Yeah! Are we still on?
Yes!
Let's do a wave.
Ready?
Yeah!
Dennis is on the Jumbotron right behind us. Look
at that! Yeah!
That is fucking awesome.
I hope this doesn't turn into the jerk-off cam. Anything can happen.
What a great idea.
Holy shit. Yeah! Hold
on. What a great idea.
Can I reach up and fuck with Dennis?
Oh, wait a second.
You're running
Dennis
out of green
Perry.
screen. You're running out of green screen.
Hang on, wait a second. Hang on. Dennis Perry.
Hello?
Dennis Perry. Yes. How are you, man?
Dennis Perry, you're live.
Dennis Perry, you're live on the Guilty by Association, the Joseph Cumia show.
I'm live.
You're live. You're on the show right now.
Oh my God! Hello, world.
There you go. At least tens of people.
Yeah, maybe I should call you back then.
No, you know who else is on it? Dennis Farrell is actually on the big screen, and Doug Nelson is calling.
Doug Nelson?
Yeah, he's important
Oh
too.
my God.
What a show, folks! What a show!
Den Perry, I'm gonna call you back.
Put it in there, Joe.
Yeah,
Put
call
it
me
in there,
back.
baby.
Will do, man.
Hey, Joe.
You got it.
Put it
Bye-bye.
in there.
Doug Nelson.
Yes, this
Hang
is
on
good.
1 second. I have to
Hold
add
on.
to this call.
Hey, Joe.
Hold on. Dennis Farrell. Let's see.
You know what my problem is? I keep throwing it, but not at the camera. I think that's why it's not showing up. Hey, Joe, one more time with that napkin. I think this will be different if I hit the camera.
Where the hell is Dennis Farrell? Where
Now
did
it turned
Dennis
into an
Farrell go?
amusement game. Hold on. Damn.
Well, it's good to see someone is enjoying the ball game today.
Yeah!
Yeah, we've been doing the wave.
And if I thought it's like that years ago.
So what's happening, Doug?
I'm watching you, Joe.
How you liking the show so
Is this
far?
Doug Nelson?
This is
That
actually
does-
Nelson.
Is he the one that does the Photoshop?
Yes, he is.
Holy shit! You are a talented fella.
He is,
Thank you,
certainly
Fred.
is.
You know,
welcome.
Fred,
By the way, Doug Nelson, Fred
Yes.
Brooklyn.
Hey,
yes.
how you
You know,
doing?
Fred, you don't look anything like that Simpson guy.
Well, you know, there's a whole story behind that, but
Right.
involving Jenny Hutt. But maybe I'll take down my bully moniker.
Where are you, Doug? Where are you located? What city? Let's just go with city.
The city is called Sulphur.
Where?
You know, like in hell.
Sulfur.
Yeah, Sulphur, Louisiana. When you look
Ooh.
at the state of Louisiana on the map and you say look like a boot, I'm in the heel of that boot. Of course.
Sort of like Italy, but not.
That's
What's going on here?
he's good.
Think, okay, so sort of like Italy, but not. With the boot
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. You're better at Photoshop than I am in phone calls. So, Joe, you're on.
No, all is good, man. We've had a fun show so far today. Are you weighing in on any subject in particular? Because we've been all over the map like an ADD second grader. So we have no real plan for the show today. We were going to talk about
I guess the Baltimore stuff because that's the the festivities he's been having. And yeah, you've said pretty much everything. That I pretty much agree with it. But I was reading an article that's it was a little bit old, but still it got to the point that it came to the calculation that there was $22 trillion spent on the war on poverty. And so, I mean, but it's not enough, We're still a stingy nation, I mean, after that, you'd think,
you think enough's been
if
spent.
these wonderful programs would work, then it would have. But
Well, I mean, it's just the way the Democrats do love to spend money in this country. I mean, it turns and as Fred was saying earlier, it's a vicious cycle. It perpetuates the the joblessness, the laziness. Yes, I said it, folks. Laziness. Let's sit around on the porch, man. Fuck, if I could sit around on the porch all fucking day, I would. Of
Porch
course you would.
monkeys.
I mean,
Hence
if
the name
your
porch
housing
monkey.
and your clothing and your food was paid for, you would not work some shitty job.
Of course.
And most of the jobs are pretty shitty, but it's what you have to do.
Yeah, that's the way
And,
people. Well, that's what we have to do, Doug. That's what we have to do, and this is becoming such a distinct line. The polarization of the races, and just, I mean, I just said it the other day, and someone took me seriously. Someone actually thought it was a joke. Someone tweeted about what was going on in Baltimore and how it wasn't their fault. It's not their fault that they're rioting and looting. It's their economic and social plight. They're going through. They've been through so much that they deserve to loot and riot. And
now they're going through a burned out town and damaged stores and stuff.
Right.
But how'd that happen? But of course, I'm sorry, it's not their fault.
Well, basically, I had to say it's just. I mean, black people doing everything they can to push white people into voluntary segregation. I don't want to know the people. I don't want to associate with. I don't want to be in the same fucking state as the people that would do something. Something like that.
But the details must be ignored and the big picture must be seen. We're not going to make it through 2016 into the next election. And the problem is, white people can't organize. We've been stopped from being able to organize, where they organize every fucking day, whether it be on the street corner, in the churches, in the fucking schools, and then pass out pamphlets and riot because of the pamphlets that are in the schools in 3 cities simultaneously. What's going to happen when it's all fucking 50 simultaneously? Then what?
But
then what?
I don't want to copy what they're doing.
There's no way to. We've been beaten, Doug.
But I understand what you're saying.
We're beaten. There's nothing we can do. Every major city is run by Democrats.
These activists and what have you, what I call the professional activists, is victory is the worst thing that could happen to them, because if you ever actually won something, you'd have to get a real job.
Did you see what happened
to a T?
Did you see what happened?
Really had a real job.
Did you see what happened to the? Holy shit! Did you see what happened to the whites in South Africa when the blacks won? When Mandela finally won? Did you see what happened to the whites in South Africa? They were beaten, their properties were stolen, and they were raped and killed. And the ones that were able to escape immediately lived. The ones that didn't had enough money for the government to protect them.
Yeah, what's going on down there now, Fred?
Not much better.
I do have a lot of faith in the United States being able to bounce back, no matter what. No matter what the adversity.
What if going into the 2016 election, a month before, all 50 cities riot simultaneously and Obama declares martial law? And what if? What if? There's nothing in the Constitution. There's nothing to
I'll tell you right now. White people aren't going to riot.
Oh, great.
They're not going to riot.
Great. We'll be locked in our houses. We'll be locked in our houses looking out the window with a gun.
So wait a second. So is there a deeper issue here? Is this like, okay, the cops
it's revolution.
The cops are being told to make it look like they're killing black youth.
No.
So that we can have riots in the city so that Obama can fucking...
No! They're lying to make the stories happen, Joe. The man controls the press. You keep saying, why are they lying on the news? Why is this politician just blatantly lying? Because the big picture is already had. The king is in place. This is what it's been all about. Maybe you, as a person who has created something, it doesn't happen on the spot. It happens incrementally. Incrementally over time. Little things, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The big kahuna is in place.
Yeah.
The community organizer in charge is in place.
I would actually place a bet with you, Fred.
How much?
I would place a bet.
How much?
Okay. Well,
how much gold would you like to trade? Because your dollar is going to be worthless.
First, we have to set the bet. What is the bet?
The next election will not happen in its scheduled time.
You don't think that in 2016 Obama is going to be out?
I don't think that the next election will happen in its scheduled time.
Is that the bet?
That's the bet.
So you're saying that November,
whether it be 4th, 5th, not 4th or 5th or whatever it might be of 2016, I say the election will not happen as scheduled as of right now.
Okay, here you go.
How much?
I will bet you. It's not going to be a terribly huge amount of money. I will bet
No,
you
gold.
here and now
Gold. Dollar will be worthless.
$1,000 worth of gold, $1,000. I will bet you that it happens on time.
1 gold coin. That's an ounce
one
of
gold coin.
1 gold eagle.
1 Krugerrand.
No, 1 gold eagle American coin.
You got it. Gentleman's bet. There we go. All right.
You know what?
It's on tape.
I don't know where I'll be when this happens, but you're gonna have to somehow.
I'll find you.
No, I'll get you your gold.
I'll find you.
I'll get you your gold, but how you're gonna get it to me is a different question.
Don't worry about it. I'll get in my fucking.
You might have to ride it on your motorcycle through the fucking
Jeep,
woods.
motorcycle. I got a dirt bike. I got a Jeep. I got a couple of motorcycles. We'll make it happen. But that's the.
Remember this, people. The next election will not happen when scheduled.
I have faith. I have faith in.
What do you think this is all building up to? What do you think all these incremental riots are happening for?
I would.
You think it's just by chance? You think it's because angry youth? They're being paid for
if you're
and
right,
organized.
it would make a great movie.
They're being paid for and organized. This is a community organizer. This man, he is showing. He's a president now. His entire career prior, he was a community organizer, and he has the biggest platform and biggest community.
You know what I have to say?
And that's why he doesn't care about white people and the elections at all, and just keeps on with his agenda. Because the agenda is to take our health care.
I have two words that'll sum this entire thing up.
Yes.
Thermite paint.
Laugh all you want. Just get me that gold. Get me that gold.
Fred. Red, white, and blue.
It's going to be red, black, and green.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Hey, you think I want to think like this? I got 2 20-year-olds. I got 2 sons in their 20s. I don't want their future to be
That's
like
all right.
this.
I have a daughter that's 6.
Well, she's fucked.
You ever see Black on Blonde?
Oh!
No, not mine. I have guns. I have guns. That ain't happening. I'm just saying. It's something to definitely be concerned with. And there you go again. I mean, do you really think that middle America, that the fucking heartland would put up with not having a fucking election happen on time because some nincompoop
Let me ask you something.
in the White House.
Let me ask you something. What are they going to do? What are they going to do when they had health
Have you
care?
ever seen Red Dawn, my friend?
All right.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it matters against the federal government, but
Wolverines!
I think this is the final reparations, and they got the man in place with the right people. At the right time.
Avenge me, boys!
Do you think that
Avenge me, boys!
that Baltimore mayor is nothing but a soldier of Obama? She's saying
I
exactly what he
remember
would
it all,
say.
Dad. I remember it all.
Hey, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. The problem
Bill
with that
has a long
is what
I
if it
don't
did?
know.
The chair is against the wall.
Maybe just two toughest kids on the block. After a while, they're going to fight. It's a great movie.
Did you
Come on,
see the
Leah
remake?
Thompson.
The remake sucked.
I know. I couldn't finish watching it.
Oh, terrible.
It was fucking god awful.
Yeah, I didn't watch
I couldn't even finish watching it. So yeah, I really don't think the American public, and I do think that there are enough guns, there are enough people that would fucking absolutely take up arms against something like that. And I honestly do believe that the forces that the tyrant, the king of the United States, would be the owner and the commander in chief of. I don't think they'll all play along with having martial law.
It never does when a dictator takes over.
Nationally. No. And well, then you're talking civil war. And if civil war's the case,
So
it ain't gonna happen by Obama saying, we ain't gonna have an election now. We can't have an election now. I'm sorry.
He wouldn't say
A
it.
little more well spoken.
He wouldn't be the one that say it. Josh Earnest
I'm staying in office for an additional year and a half.
Josh Earnest would say
what?
it, not
Not
him.
for nothing, it's an extension of the Obama administration with Hillary.
If Hillary gets elected, I don't see that happening.
She's
either.
only
I
there
see-
to hide the riots.
It is my biggest fear, but I'm being objective, and I think she's going to win by a fucking landslide. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, Obama would have rigged the system. I could see that happening, but it still won't happen on its scheduled date. I could see her winning.
Thermite paint.
Believe me, do I wish differently? I'd love to see Scott Walker of Wisconsin fucking take this whole thing and bring fucking that sheriff with him and reclaim the country. I'd love it. But it doesn't seem like we have the power anymore when the Democrats own the press. They own the press. Do you deny that?
I don't. I absolutely believe they. I
just
believe
trying to
they
be
do.
dramatic.
I believe they have such sway over what's said in the press these days, in media overall. That there you go. All right, I'll get serious too, fucker. I think
Doug Nelson, put on your glasses.
There he goes. Joe Pietaro, the odd man out.
Yeah, we're going to get...
Oh, there he goes. He's got him on, too.
Us three are going to really beat up a bunch of black guys. I'll tell you, they're going to take off our glasses and stomp them on the floor like Woody Allen and take the money and run. They're just... You kidding me? We're doomed. Look at the force. We're going to take them on, man. This is your average white guy.
It's beautiful, man.
Hardworking.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I only got so many bullets.
Hey, you know what, man?
I only got so many.
See how far out I am on the island, Fred?
Yeah,
See
but
how long
you're
it took you to
surrounded.
get here? Think of how long it would take 1,000 black guys to walk here.
You're surrounded. Well, that's. But Dennis with those buses on time, you know, they might get here.
But we do have. Then we have our mole. We have Dennis. Oh, sorry. All the buses are broken down today. We got Dennis. Dennis can help us out.
The thing we got on our side is that they won't wake up before noon. So with that, we can accomplish everything from low noon to high noon.
Then again, neither does my brother. So what are you saying?
Well,
he'll have his shit all out on his balcony on the turret outside.
oh, he'll dig a moat around that fucking place.
tell you something,
Alligators, tigers like Scarface.
I do feel as though that would be my go-to place.
That would definitely have to be where you're right.
I would just everything that I have as far as any type of weaponry, ammo.
That is the house that the third little pig had.
It's
It's just not getting fucking blown over. It's not getting blown over. That's the one. Solid. Fortress. You kidding me? You chop out some of those bricks on the terraces? Fucking you got turrets, you got everything.
I'm telling you.
Ready to
That
go.
would be where I would go. I grab my
And
loved
Aunt,
ones.
please remember, I got a couple of jackhammers.
I'd grab my loved ones,
Pop some holes right through there.
go over there, and it would be a fucking poker game every night, wouldn't it, Fred?
Oh, you know, we'll be playing for gold.
Playing for gold. One drink, one gold bar.
Being a Jew, I got an advantage on all of you. I promise you that.
Mr. De La Cruz, I underestimated you. Hey, Farley.
One drink, one bar of
The
gold.
price of gold has just gone up.
Jesus sakes.
2 gold bars for 1 drink.
We'll take the Krugerrand and the yen, but the balloons can go back where they came from.
I think. I think we should actually move on. I thought Doug was from Colorado for some stupid reason. I don't know why, but I thought he was broadcasting from.
Oh, is Doug plugging something?
He's living in Colorado.
Was I interfering?
Not
Was
at
he
all.
plugging something?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I was thinking that he was from Colorado. And see my smooth segue. And by Colorado, speaking of Colorado, I would like to bring up weed. Weed and everything having to do with delivery systems. Weed delivery systems. Back in the day, Fred, and I meant to get myself a pack of rolling papers to show my expertise where it comes to twisting up a joint.
Okay.
All right? But I'm not prepared for my show, as usual.
You could have told me. I would
So-
have brought a pack of bamboo.
So
Did
it
you use
started
bamboo
out-
or easy wider?
I actually used easy water, but I used
Ah!
no. I used to cut it down. I would cut it down.
Oh, so
it
you like the
wasn't-
long joints? Yeah, I got
That
it.
was the reason. I would only use one wrap. It would only wrap around one time.
Yeah, okay.
And I did
Gotcha.
it the right way. You know.
That's what I do with my Easy Wider, so
I
I'm
didn't
with
do
you.
it like the fucking niggas. I did it the right fucking way. Doug Nelson is, oh my God, he said it. He said it. I didn't do it like thugs. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, now I gotta ask Fred a question.
Yeah.
Being from Brooklyn, like we both are.
Yes.
Do you know? I know you know it is. Joe, did they have tray bags out here?
Tray bags.
I guess that's a no.
No, they had lids. There was a lid.
Well, tray bag was bottom of the barrel. $3.
$3
bag a week.
because
If you couldn't scratch up 5 for a nickel, you'd get a tray.
the tray bag was invented in the ghettos of the New York City.
It's like a Lucy
So-
cigarette.
Kind of, yeah. So the fucking dirt bag from the ghetto, they only had $5, can get a quart of beer, bag of potato chips, and fucking $3 worth of weed.
There you go.
Tray bags.
That's that. You know what? There you go. The American way. That's the American
But
way.
even
How much
back
was the
then,
lid
we were-
out here? 15?
Wait a minute.
15 for a lid?
About a lid. Yeah, about 15.
Because I know the dime was 10 and then
back
the
when
lid
I was
was
in
15.
yeah
in Brooklyn.
15. Back when I was in high school. I mean, an ounce of weed back then went for about $25.
If I used to get
$25,
really good shit for
$30.
50.
Yeah.
I paid the extra, yeah. Back
Oh,
then.
for the really fucking
Yeah.
kill. Yeah. Now, do you remember weed that was actually yellow?
Yes.
You remember that weed?
Yes.
Not many people do. You got to be mine and Fred's age
Oh,
in
man.
in order to remember that shit. And it was called Acapulco Gold.
That's it.
It was the real shit though, not the stuff that they were pushing off as Acapulco Gold later. No shake whatsoever, all buds, and it was all
Solid
gold.
packed bud, too.
Packed buds.
You just pick off a little piece and you're able to make a joint because it broke
Yeah.
up so fucking
Yep.
nicely.
And-
And limited seeds. So.
Do you know why you never see that ever anymore? My uncle explained. My uncle Joe is a connoisseur of weed, and he's a horticulturist.
I remember
He's very good
some
at growing.
stories.
Very good at growing weed, and he explained to me the reason that pot doesn't exist anymore. Want to
Do
hear
tell.
Sure.
it? Okay. Acapulco Gold was a particular strain of weed. It took years to cultivate this strain and make it a viable product in order to grow enough so that you could package it up and sell it. Obviously grown in Mexico.
Yeah, nobody was buying the Acapulco Silver. They
Exactly.
had to improve
that
that
was-
shit.
that was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. Well, what happened was they were growing so much of this, and if you remember, there were like no seeds. The seeds were non-existent because it was all female plants. They were
There was a big, thick stem running through that fucking thing, though. But the
Right.
outside ones were
no
crumbleable.
seeds. Well, they got to the point where they were removing and killing so many male plants because the male plants were nowhere near as potent as the female plants that made buds that they weren't pollinating anymore, and the strain died out. It's extinct. Acapulco Gold went the way of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's gone forever and ever. And that's happened with several different strains of weed. Now you have the government weed, which came along not too long after that. Naturally grown shit disappeared. They started growing hydroponically, and the government came up with What was it? G8, G8. G something or other. Fred just, I don't know, I fucking smoke it. I just smoke it. I don't know anything about the history. Well, this G8 stuff was
While you continue, I'm going to indulge in where you're ultimately leading.
medical marijuana, and that we used to smoke again, joints, pipes, water pipes. My first experience getting high was in a water pipe, so you could take a huge hit and not feel a thing. Boy, did that fuck me up. Ended up moving on to hash and hash oil. Hash and hash oil was another way. Another way of smoking hash, aside from putting it in a pipe or
Don't
sprinkling it
say
on
under
a
the
joint.
glass.
Under the glass. You
Oh,
remember
no.
that? You remember
Hash
that?
under glass.
You would take a fucking book. You would take a pin. Watch this. Look at my fancy
You know what
graphics.
sucked about it, though?
What?
Having to walk around with a glass, a pin, and a straw.
I was in fucking. You know what though? It was in
I'm
my
just
home.
making a
usually.
joke, sorry.
You take a pin and put it through the cover of the book like that, and then you would take the chunk of hash. You would stick it on the pin, light it up, and then take a glass.
You're going to ruin your CD. And the water's going to spill on your keyboard.
Now watch, and you go like that. and you'd let the fucking smoke fill up the glass. And then you'd take the glass and tip it up like that and go. And it was the best fucking way to smoke hash ever.
I use a straw.
You used a straw. Fred used a straw.
I stuck
I can
it.
only smoke
no,
my
I
cigarettes
stuck
with
it.
Elda.
I stuck it under the glass to get everything without it coming out the side like a smoke signal.
That's true.
What's wrong with you wasting
half
all
the
that
fun.
hash?
That was half the fun. Anyway, it went from that to I'm gonna go.
Can we go back to Camden Yards and put Doug in the?
Doug would already be in there because he's on Skype. Watch. Here we go. Let's cut to Camden Yards.
Yeah!
Doug's on the Jumbotron!
Fucking Doug!
Yeah! Go, Doug! Come on, let's do the
Dun,
wave!
dun,
Do the
dun.
wave! Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, it's got to be the 7th inning by now, right?
I would say.
Then we got to stretch, man. We got to stretch.
Is that what the 7th inning stretch is?
Yeah, get out of your seat. Oh!
7th inning stretch. Listen to the echo.
Doug's not stretching.
Echo.
There you go.
Echo.
That guy's not stretching over there.
This is one empty fucking stadium.
Hey! I should have brought a whole bunch of K's written on paper and just lined it up. Now batting, Manny Mota.
That's awesome. Okay. Back to the studio. We're going to bring Joe Pietaro into the shot for a moment. All right, then.
Hey, it's Joe Pietaro.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Nothing. I figured we'd give you a little FaceTime, a little camera,
Okay.
camera action.
That's fine with me.
Hey?
As long as I don't break the camera.
Very good. Well, listen. That we were at Hash Under the Glass. Hash oil was something else that we smoked in tin foil with a straw, by the way. And you would heat up the bottom. It was like an oily substance. Heat up the bottom and suck it up with the straw when the smoke rose. Now, the new millennium, the future, the new way of doing things is electronically. It's called a vape system. It's called vaping. And I only found out about this. I mean, I knew about electronic cigarettes. I knew that I used to see Fred smoking electronic cigarettes all the time. And that, that was something that was commonplace, known. I knew all about it. But apparently, where weed is sold legally, it's actually sold in a package.
You got a pipe delivered to you.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, I forgot about the Apple pipe.
That was the iPipe.
The iPhone. Oh, that could work too.
It absolutely would work.
Got a good draw. Very nice. Thank you, Carol. That was my girlfriend. Her, that was her contribution to the show.
She probably worked for fucking 45 minutes.
Carving the thing out.
And all it was a small detail. But it made the show.
I know. She put an apple on the teacher's desk. What she did. So, this vaporizer is fucking incredible. I can't believe that I'm living in an age where you can go to a store in Colorado, California, Seattle, Washington.
We'll have a friend that gets them mailed to them in Brooklyn.
And actually purchase a plastic sealed, looks like it hangs on a hook in a store, of any brand. I mean, dozens of brands of weed, indica, sativa, and different potencies, I would imagine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's indica. This indica OG Kush.
Yes.
Which I've still not tried, but I'm definitely looking forward to. I saw one called AK-47.
Would you like me to break it down exactly what's happening here, Joe?
I would love for you to. Yeah.
what you got is your battery and your cartridge. Your cartridge and your battery.
Okay.
The cartridge is filled with 100% cannabis oil
Okay.
with no additives. Organic. 100%. And the way that's done, by the way, is quality weed put in with a lot of dry ice and alcohol. And by the time this whole brew smokes and evaporates and boils itself and does that whole nitrogen boil and it cools down, there's a layer of oil across the top that rises to the top through that whole
And that is pure THC.
pure THC and the oil from.
Tetrahydrocannabinol, by the
Oh,
way.
listen
folks.
to you. Now they say in Colorado you don't have to buy
Joe.
you don't have to buy the prepackaged cartridge. They sell it in fucking 1 ounce bottles, so you can
Really?
put it in your vaporizer like this. But what's happening is the battery is heating up the oil. The oil's turning into a gas, which is smoke more or less, and you're inhaling it directly. I have smoked these on airplanes. I have smoked these in restaurants. I have smoked these at in the middle of movies.
Wait a minute. You're allowed to vape on airplanes?
No.
Oh, okay.
But they let me get it on there, and God damn it, if it ain't smoking, nobody can smell it, I'm doing it. I was sitting there like this I swear, my last trip to Aruba, I was in the first row of the plane, too. The absolute first row. The stewardess is right in front of me, and there was a barricade. She was standing in the middle near the captain's entrance, the whole fucking flight practically. And then somebody requested something. She went behind the barricade. This was me. And I blew it into my head pillow, and every time for the rest of the flight, that's exactly what I did and blew it into my head pillow.
Holy shit.
Without a problem.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
And the little cartridge is the equivalent, I'd say, to an eighth of weed, because you really only need one pull and you're fucked up. The whole trick is to hold it as long as you can.
If I had a cartridge like that, Fred,
Yeah.
I would venture to say it would last me 6 months. And the reason is because I only do one hit, maybe a week. That's all I would do. It would be like going out drinking for me. Instead of drinking, I'd vape. And I would say, again, if I had been given one of those little cartridges like, I don't know, a week ago, it may not even be open yet. It may still be sitting in a drawer somewhere. So I do understand that while as convenient as it is, it just more amazes me that it's available. Not the fact that you can do it, wherever you want to do it, but that it's actually available to the general public. Now, we're talking black market, right? I mean, it's black market shit, right?
Well, what I'm getting is here black market, but where it was purchased
It's not,
in its origin,
obviously.
it wasn't. But they also have this same oil in a food form, and they have them like those Listerine strips.
Right. And you just...
It doesn't take a brownie anymore. It takes the Listerine strip and let it dissolve on your tongue. And from what I haven't had it, but from what I hear, before it's dissolved, you're fucked up. Your tongue glands absorbed it. It's in your bloodstream. It's going immediately.
Am I the only one that has a problem with all of this?
What's your problem,
I don't
Joe,
wanna sound
other
like
than being a health fanatic muscle guy?
I don't want to sound like a fucking cunt or nothing like that, but I mean,
shut the fuck up.
no, listen. Listen.
Guys!
Fred's an adult. He can do what he wants. Obviously, Joe's an adult. But all right, Joe, I'm going to use you as an example. 'cause
No, please use me as an example.
No, you said your kids are older, right? Joe's daughter is 6, 7 years old.
Right.
What would you do if she found this fucking Listerine pack and she thought it was candy?
There would be no more. Hang on, Fred.
You know where I'm going.
Hold on. That would be no more likely than her finding one of my loaded guns.
That's where I
Okay,
was
but
going.
all right. Well, you're responsible. A lot
That's
of
where
people
I'm going.
aren't. But
My
whole
there's
thing
so
is
many people that aren't.
We can't base life on who's
no, I know, but I just
responsible
to
and
me
who's not,
it's I'm a fucking parent and I have a huge issue with this country. Just not only using this medical marijuana excuse, which is total fucking bullshit, by the way, but to fucking use it legally and have it sold in stores like it. You can.
You
just
sound
buy
like a
pack
cunt
of cigarettes.
during Prohibition. That's what he
Not
sounds like.
Thompson.
I can't believe people with the alcohol.
No, but
and they want to drink it even on Sundays.
Well, the bottom line, Joe.
Blue laws.
Blue laws.
Joe, the bottom line here is this. I started smoking weed when I was about 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
I smoked it steadily until I was, I don't know, probably in my 30s.
Hey, what if somebody finds it or something? Those are mighty big teeth for you.
But I just, to me, I mean, we got enough of shit in this fucking country as it is with all of these assholes riding, to fucking everybody's legalizing marijuana. I don't know. I got a personal problem with it. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I got morals, different fucking.
I got into 10 car accidents, lost my license, and fucking caused thousands of dollars of damage
Due to
on alcohol.
Yeah, I mean that's always going to be the
stay home,
and I'm not
I'm
not saying that alcohol gets a free pass here. Listen,
but it's legal. It's been legal. You can't
all I know is if
if
I'm gonna put a drug in my body, it's gonna be something that's gonna fucking do something good.
Steroids.
Yeah, well, listen, whatever you want to call it, it's not fucking gonna get me buzzed, get me high, and get me, To me, that's.
But you drink.
Of course I do. I'm not gonna drink.
Right.
What
are you talking about?
It does come down to personal preference. I mean, believe me, man, I'm the last person that would want to condone anything that's going to further deteriorate the fabric of fucking of humanity.
No, I hear you.
I'm definitely. But I'll tell you one thing: if alcohol were completely outlawed tomorrow, I would have no issue with that.
Because there is issues obviously with DB and shit like that.
I say if you want to shoot heroin,
but first of all, alcohol is poison.
No, I know, but you know what really turned me off of this shit? I was in California. It was I don't know. I'm trying to think. Was it 2013, 2014? Whatever. It was over a year ago.
Were the leaves brown and the sky gray, Joe?
I went for a walk.
It was
on a summer's day.
We were doing a photo shoot out there, right? No, we were doing a photo shoot for a magazine that I worked for at the time. And the one of the guys with us is a local guy, and he's a fucking pothead. And he was laughing and joking about the medical marijuana stores, and he was pointing out all of these places to me. And he said when he first they first opened them up, he walked in, and the guy's like, "Oh, so you got anxiety? You can't sleep?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." And the guy's like, "Okay, here you go. Here's a prescription. How much you want?" And he was laughing about it. There was guys walking around, driving on bikes. We were on Venice Beach doing a shoot at Muscle Beach. Guys on fucking bikes wearing lime green jumpsuits with the green cross on the back, selling marijuana, driving around. This is supposed to be medical marijuana. It's a fucking farce. It's a joke.
Oh, it's always going to go black market.
Just admit you want to get fucking stoned. When I hear people, I get arguments online with people. Oh, it's good for you. Don't you know all of the things that are bad for you with drinking? But look at all the good stuff. Stop saying it's good. We all know that we have vices. I have my own fucking vices, all right? I know there's bad shit in some of the stuff that I do, and I'm not going to fucking try to walk around those things. But when people say
Richard Haitian homophiliacs,
when people say marijuana is good and it saves lives, and I'm like, you're a fucking jerk off, you're an asshole, you're looking for an excuse to get high, just admit that. The argument's over with then. I don't have an argument with it. Just say I want to get stoned, and that's it.
But there are certain people that smoke weed for the sole purpose of getting high.
That's fine. That's great. Go for it. It's not my responsibility.
Then there are legitimate cases of, people that have prescription for marijuana because it does alleviate certain, like when you get sick through chemotherapy, they prescribe pot to take away that nauseous feeling. And this is documented shit.
But if somebody needs it for that reason,
yeah, then
there's no issue.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be like any other drug.
No, I know.
People that get prescribed OxyContin because they're in fucking crazy pain due to some fucking medical condition. If it's at all possible, they'll get a shitload of those and sell them on the street.
Exactly.
So
just like
I
fucking
understand
methadone.
your frustration with people that are just for personal gain.
To me, it's a jerk job. When I got a guy who I know personally telling me that, yeah, I walked in and they gave me a medical prescription for medical marijuana and I bought fucking weed right there.
Right.
And he had the same thing like Fred was saying. He was smoking the vape in the movies. And right. I'm like, I don't know. To me, it's it's fucking retarded, and I
It's
think
a
it's
little fucked up.
and to me it's something else that is a negative thing with this country. We got so much
Just
negative
call me
shit.
Corky.
Now
Hey,
listen,
Joe.
if you want to smoke weed
Joe.
and you're like, hey, I get stoned, I
Joe,
enjoy
the
it, I
day
smoke
everybody
weed, go for
lives
it.
and lets the next person by them live also, that's what freedom's all about. If everything was out there to be had, the herd will thin itself, and only the strong will survive. But by the reduction and making it so hard
we
to
were.
come by, and what's the quickest way to make a kid fuck with something?
Tell them not to do it.
That's right. Thank you.
We
But when
talking
I tell
about-
my kids,
Let
I will
people
put my
learn.
shoe up
Hey,
your ass. I'm
you
hoping
know
that's
what?
a little bit's gonna.
You want to
keep
try
them
a
away.
shot of heroin? You should be able to go pick it up and give it a shot. Why not? The recommended dosage would be on the bottle. The government restrictions are there. Everything's fucking there. It's your choice. If you don't like it, it'll go out of business.
I actually did a hit of that one time. I didn't put it in my arm, but I did a little. I did one of those, and it was a matchstick, like a match head, the size of a match head, and it came from a very close relative of mine. And yeah, not that close, but close relative. And
You were
I'm
fucking
telling
strung
it was
out,
the
right?
best fucking drug
That's what I
ever
hear.
did in my life. Puked my guts up, and then it was fucking golden. It was the best drug. I never did it again.
Never even gave it a shot.
Knowing that never put it
No,
in
I
my
never. No, I never even tried it.
Yeah, no,
I had a coke habit to the point where I was booting a half a gram a shot.
you and me.
I fucking had a
No,
box
never
of
booted.
syringes as a diabetic. I had a fucking box.
Yeah, no.
Let me tell you something. I
Never-
had
never-
bad
never
coke habit.
Never put a needle in my arm. I never did that. But
I had
I
two in
did
my
cocaine
arm.
every other fucking way. I was like, some whore. Here, blow it in the fucking hole of my cock. Just blow anything. Any way to ingest cocaine, I figured out a way to do it. But again, I mean, a bad drug, even as compared to heroin, cocaine's much worse. I know people that are pickled on heroin.
The
People
entire
that have
high
been
of
doing-
cocaine is wanting more cocaine.
Yeah.
It's the perfect drug.
Well, I also have a story
From a
about
dealer's
me
point
not
of view.
being all that responsible. Now that I'm thinking, when I was in my 20s, that's why I never had a kid until I was in my late 40s, so I knew I'd fuck up somehow. But when I was in my early 20s, I was dealing hash, and I had very, very good Nepalese finger hash. If you remember that green, it was green hash from Nepal. And it was really
It's covered with ash now.
well, yeah.
You know that brick-colored hash that
Hash
seems
hash.
like it had rocks in it? That Nepalese hash? The one with hairs in it and fucking human waste?
Yeah, you're talking about leaving shit around for someone to find. Well, my sister had this little dog, Tiffy. It was a Yorkshire
not
Terrier.
Tippy. Tippy got to the dog.
Yorkshire Terrier. I left out a little tiny chunk of hash on my fucking dresser. And Tiffy jumped up on my bed one morning. She looked over at the dresser, and that hash was gone.
What's Labrador?
The dog was never the same. The dog was never the same. It ate the hash, and it was like, I'd say it would be the equivalent of me eating a chunk of hash the size of this desk. About the same. And she was wandering around the house. Finally just sat in one spot, like going like this. And Dawn, my sister who owned the dog, it was Dawn's dog, was like, Tiffy lifted up the dog's legs.
Now, did you tell her what happened?
No.
Now she'll find
she
out
knows now.
Oh, okay. So
She
you
knew
just
years
blew it.
later. She knew, but she couldn't figure out exactly what it was that was wrong with Tiffy that day.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, if I would have told her, my mother would have found out.
Oh, yeah, no,
I was.
you had to
I'd say I wasn't even in my 20s yet. I was in my teens because I was dealing, and I was still in like late high school. Which, by the way, you're right, Aurelius Batista. It doesn't make you a thug if you only deal weed or hash.
Not at all.
But if you do it with a gun and protecting your turf and mixing it up with other crimes such as dealing the weed so you can buy fucking heroin to sell to little kids.
Who are you talking to?
Some
Where?
fucking woman.
Where?
I'll show you real quick.
What are you looking at?
I'm quoting.
Oh, the Facebook cunt?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, hang on. This has got to be seen, man.
I
Here we go.
recognize the name. Might be a little different in politics, but
Dude.
I like Arelis.
You know what? I did too. We were friends. We're friendly, but you know what?
She just has different political views.
No, it's worse than a political view.
No, it's not. She has her beliefs. You can't. All you could do is defeat those beliefs, Joe. All you could do is try to change hearts and minds. You can't call her a name because of her beliefs.
I've tried so many times. I didn't call her, by the way.
I like Arelis.
That wasn't me that called.
I never had a problem.
It was me. I don't know who she is though.
I never had a problem with Arelis.
Hang on a second. You got to.
Despicable. And I can absolutely hear that coming from Arelis.
Okay.
I don't hold that against her.
Continue.
I understand what's going on, but you know what? She's a educated woman, I believe.
Joe.
Unfortunately, by a liberal education system.
We lost audio when you went to the screen.
It's okay.
Okay, I get it.
I don't care.
Hang on.
That's fine with me.
You know why?
Don't dig on Arelis.
No,
Let's dump this. Let's move.
I'm not digging on it.
No, I mean even her point of view, Joe. You can't. That's why you'll never change minds trying to tell somebody they're wrong. That will never change your mind. The only way is through actions and display. And let me tell you something. Regardless of her thoughts, I judge a person by the children that they raise. And I see nothing bad.
I understand that.
Can I ask you something? Who is this girl? Is she somebody?
She's a member of the O&A community from way back.
Yeah, from way back.
Way back. With her husband. She's had a family, got married through the show, as far as I know.
Solera.
Okay, let me take it back. You know who I thought it was? Agatha from Twitter.
No.
Oh, she's a cunt.
No, Agatha, no.
I do.
If it's even real, you think
it wasn't
real?
Agatha.
I take it back.
You think she's even real?
Agatha?
Yeah, she is. Oh, yeah.
If she was real, as outspoken as she is, why wouldn't she have ever called into either O&A or A?
No, she's not going to. She's not going to go there because she knows that she would get torn up. She gets torn up on fucking Twitter.
I bet you she's a stutterer.
And
fuck it all up here. The reason forget it. Just click
that, or Anthony would be like, so Agatha, is this really you? Why don't you come on my show live? Ain't nobody got time for that. That's what ended up happening. So,
is this Big A or Agatha? Agatha.
I have well.
What are you doing? You got a whole other show going over here. How long's this show go to? I got to drive back. It's already 9:30. I won overtime. Union wages. Yeah.
Man, I had a little something that I was going to say about. Arelis ended up bitching me out for calling out 3 girls that I held the door for at a Spanish restaurant. Did you see that when you saw it?
I know everything. I might not talk much, but I save it for occasions like that.
I got to tell you, man, I am never going to raise this little girl right here. I'm never going to raise my little girl to not say thank you when someone holds a fucking door open for them. That is human. That's humanity.
It should be expected.
People being.
It should be expected from an attractive woman to have the door opened for her without having to say anything.
Attractive or unattractive?
No, fat pigs have to say something. They have to say something or the fucking door's going to get slammed and I'll slam the door on their big fat ass and send them into the hallway.
I made light of the fact that they were Hispanic girls. They were speaking Spanish, but, gracias would have been nice. I said something like that.
Chris, 817. Don't tell me what the fuck to do with my phone. If I want to play with my fucking phone, I'll play with it. And here's a guy, hey, Fred, can you get me a vape? I said, after thinking about it, I told him, yes, contact me.
Really?
That motherfucker never even followed up. And you're telling me what to do with my phone? Ninya! What's wrong with you?
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, man, we've been doing this for an hour and a half now, Joe.
I can keep going. Go home. Oh,
We
I
could,
gotta go home.
But you know what? Are you set up at home with your fucking
No, in my
Skype?
in
With
my
Skype?
store on Flatbush Avenue. I have a whole storefront and
Well-
garage. I have it all set up, and I didn't do anything.
I understand you don't have the full podcast thing set up, but can you Skype into the show? I
I've
do it
never done
Wednesday
it.
night, and this is the best fucking one we've had
It
yet.
scares me. It's like the Jetsons. I don't like
I
it. It's like,
understand.
remember when Mr. Spacely used to just pop up?
Yeah.
That's Skype.
Carol,
Yeah.
stop this crazy thing,
Jetson!
Carol!
And then I'm fucking sitting there, and plus, I like sitting around in my underwear, scratching my balls. So to do that on Skype might be a problem.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, then
Scratch all you want.
So what do I got to do? Download it and then just follow the
It's very
instructions?
simple. Yeah, it's very simple to do. You just download it and then
Well,
you,
don't do it now.
Type in the No. I'm getting ready for the outro, as it
Oh.
were.
Oh, are
Just
we
you
getting
have
out of
to
here?
do that. I think so. I think we've been going for a while.
Then I'd like to give some plugs.
I don't think anybody. Of course you can. Don't worry, they can still see you. This is just on our screen.
Oh.
See? Yeah, that's what everyone else
At
is seeing.
Fred Brooklyn on Twitter.
At Fred Brooklyn, and make sure you go there because I've been there, and this son of a bitch is not only
Oh, you know
funny
what?
and engaging, but he's fucking high all the time.
And you, if you want to hear some of my old shit, FredBrooklyn.com. FredBrooklyn.com is still alive, man.
It is,
It's still out there,
and
man.
I've got to say that it's fucking entertaining.
It's
as
a
shit.
little timed and dated.
I heard
but,
the one that started with the circus music.
Oh.
Started with the circus music, and then you were getting into some very you were being very, very engaging. I found it to be ultra engaging, and I felt that you sounded a lot like the old Jewish gentleman that was on the block that you'd pass by and you'd say, you know what? You know what happened to me today? I said, waiter, there's a fly in my soup. Waiter, there's a fly in my soup. Is that a joke? That's not a joke.
It was all right.
Anyway,
didn't laugh or
that's what you
anything.
sound. That's exactly what you sound like when you. But I do like the.
What are you
connection.
talking about?
I do. What are you talking about? I do like the dynamic between you and I hanging out, and bullshitting on the air.
I'll come
It's
back
fun.
out the next time I want to drive a fucking... You know what? Next time I come, I'll bring my surf rod and walk over to Montauk and
Next-
catch some
you
striped
could.
bass.
You could.
For
It's
God's
not very
sakes. What are you doing out here? I could see Connecticut
Telling
from
you,
your
a lot-
backyard. You're way too far out.
I'll show you the rest of the house, man.
Billy Joel doesn't go this far out on fucking Long Island.
Actually does.
Holy shit. I'm just sitting there on the LIE. You know, I figured if I stop at Ants halfway, the second leg of the journey will be nothing.
I do.
Why didn't you tell me they're paving the road on the fucking
It's
LIE?
it is.
You
It's
couldn't
like-
tell me that they scraped
like-
down the whole road
You
surface.
stop at Anthony's, it's like stopping at the moon on the way to Mars. Is what
Well,
happened.
that's what happened. I made it in minutes. I only got to smoke one joint before the show.
Get out.
That's how tight it was.
Well, only one. Which one is this? Gotta make sure I got.
Boy, it takes you longer to get out than it did to start.
Well,
I'm going to say my goodbyes now in case it just shuts down. See ya! Little
intro,
twirly
outro.
thing. See ya!
No, it's not going to shut down
Twirly
like
thing
that.
is spinning. There you go. Joe Kumi show with you.
I promise
There you go.
promise you it's not going to shut down like that. That's not the one I need.
That's the
I
one.
need.
That's the show I know. There you go. There you go.
Okay, we'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. Guilty by
At
Association.
FredBrooklyn.com.
At Fred Brooklyn.
FredBrooklyn.com
At
too.
Fred Brooklyn on Twitter as
Yeah.
well. Once again, Joe Pietaro. Let's get.
Can we say goodbye from Camden Yard?
We can. We absolutely.
We gotta say goodbye to Cam and Joe on the big cam. He never made it to the big cam.
I know. We're gonna. Oh, can we get him on the big cam? I don't know if we can.
Oh,
that might be too much freaking work.
Okay, then.
Too much.
Yeah, let's just say goodbye. I gotta drive for 9 hours.
Let's see. Who's on the big camera?
Hey!
My screen is on the big camera.
Maybe you want to close that. I saw some things you were writing. Bye!
Listen to this.
Oh, put it on the echo. Can you do that?
I can, just like this. Hey.
Bye! Oh. All right, forget it. Take care.
That's enough. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much, everybody.
Love ya.
Everybody.
At Fred Brooklyn.
We now return control of your television set to you until next week at this same time, when the control voice will take you to... We now return control of your television set to you.